Hi there, this is Tim from Racing Central with a quick video showing through all of the options that were available in the NASCAR Racing test version from 1994. So you can see on the screen there we're still in MS-DOS, and you can see the options that are available because there was no UI in the menus and things like that to switch this stuff off and on. These are the 3 tracks that are available. Obviously there's no replay yet because we've not done anything. You can't actually access or change anything in the garage here. I'll just go through to show you. So there's no setup adjustments that you can make, which is a little bit unfortunate because on the flat tracks it's actually very difficult to keep the car on track and not lose the rear end. I'm turning on the graphics here, turn the crowd on, need to turn the asphalt and the grass on, there we go. I think I need to turn the billboards on. Yep, there we go. Okay, so it should now be on maximum graphical settings. One of the things that you'll see with the AI is that they do not collide with the player car at this point, and they also take really strange lines around the track. They basically seem to follow the min race and max race AI lines. And another thing that you'll really quickly notice is that the F10 cam, the chase camera, it doesn't really follow the rear of the car in the same way that it does on the release version. I don't think they've really tweaked that as well as it ended up being in the release version yet. As far as graphics and everything, you can see it looks pretty much the same as it did upon release. There might be a few different billboards and sponsors and maybe some 3D differences. There's actually a few different bugs and things that I've spotted with the tracks and stuff that didn't seem to make it into the final versions. Which is good, obviously. It means that the people that had access to this test version did their jobs. So you can see there's a lap report on the screen there. And you can see me just losing the rear end again. It's so easy to do on the flat tracks, which is obviously New Hampshire and Phoenix. The handling is a lot better on Michigan. Just going to show you the replay here. Obviously there is no user interface or buttons, whatever you want to call them, in the replay. So you just have to use key commands, which were shown to you back in MS-DOS before you launched into the software. I'm going to cycle through these cameras now. Obviously one of the biggest issues that you'll be noticing is with the sound, which cuts out. I think the issue is the number of played sounds. I think there's a clear limit on those, and it just basically cuts out the engine noise instead of the tire noise. Obviously it would be preferable if it didn't cut out the engine noise. So as you can see again, a lot of these menu options don't have any function yet. So here we are at Michigan, and you'll see almost immediately that this is a lot more stable. So just verifying that the garage options don't work, next session standings, all of that doesn't work. So Phoenix is it's another flat track. The handling isn't great. It gets really loose at the rear, entering turns. And there's a few differences with this track compared to the one that made it into release. But obviously nothing major, but it's interesting to see. I think what's probably happening is that it probably has the Michigan setup on both of the other tracks, because it's almost like when you enter the turn, it's got nothing to lean on with the rear of the car, and it just wants to come kind of straight around. But at the same time, it's also pushing on entry. And then one of the most difficult things to actually contend with is the fact that the camera doesn't stay directly behind the car as well, so it's very difficult to drive from the chase camera. And as you can see on all of the other tracks too, you can see the AI take in the strange lines, either up high or down low. They don't really take an actual racing line, like the inside of the turns and then the outside of the straights. Okay, so that's pretty much everything. You can see which options work and which don't. I'll take you through each car that's included in this test version. You can see John Smith, Jeff Bodine, Sterling Marlin, Morgan Shepherd in the Wood Brothers 21, Jeff Anderson. I'm not 100% sure whether that is a real driver. Will Donaldson also, I don't think that is a real driver. Mark Johnson again, especially with that sponsor. Sam Melling, I'm not 100% sure there either. Fred Jones obviously isn't. That's the name of the driver who was essentially the Papyrus driver in later simulations. Ed Musgrave. And then back to John Smith. So that's all of the AI. There's no options, and that's it. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.